What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another
Comedy Hour.
Comedy Hour. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
and hella funny.
And it's going to get worse.
Yes. Much worse. If you were here last week on Friday, we premiered our very first ever Comedy Hour, which was not even intended to be an hour.
It was not supposed to be at all.
But then it ended up being an hour. And I was like, well, let's just call it the Comedy Hour then. So here we are. So this is like your weekly comedy show. And we are back at the drawing board in terms of making fun of old instructional videos.
This is actually the second video that we had intended to make part of the first video.
There was only going to be like a half-hour long total between the two of them. Did not happen.
Yeah. We were so hungry at the end of the first one that we decided to stop, and that's when we noticed that it was over an hour. So, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't over an hour. It's 55 minutes.
Okay, well.
So,
close enough.
This is the Comedy Hour. We will continue playing with the thumb until it's just perfect. Although I do like the way this one is set up. And, yeah. So this instructional video that we're making fun of today is called...
How to increase your vocabulary?
Build your vocabulary from 1948. So this is 2 years older than the last video we checked out.
Oh, shucks. This
Fuck!
is going to be swell.
That's my vocabulary. Shit!
My vocabulary, yeah. It's mostly that of a Marine mixed with a sailor, maybe a little bit of old lady mixed in there, but
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see this because it's going to be fun.
Should be.
The last one was cringy as fuck.
It was horrible.
Oh, so bad.
It's like a mix of Snow White and the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz meets Fuck No.
Right.
Yeah. Every horror movie ever. Yeah. Serious. Watch
True.
it. You'll see what we mean.
Yes, definitely. But I'm thinking this will be an every Friday thing at 8 p.m.
Okay.
until people tell us to fucking quit it. And we still might do it then because we think it's funny.
Yeah. It amuses us. So, sorry, not sorry.
Right. This is like a little bit of Mystery Science Theater 3000 mixed in with
Right.
us and our
So it's way more depraved.
terribly dark humor.
Same idea. Way more depraved.
Right.
Our thought process is questionable.
A little more fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, our last video we
Makes
got
perfect
into
sense to
talking
me.
about child molestation.
Look, lady was a creeper.
She was?
Taking pictures of babies, grooming. It's all there.
Yes. So be sure to check that out. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, build your own vocabulary. We're here going to make fun of it. We're not going to slash up and break
Roast
it down.
it and review
We're
it.
going to make fun of this shit. Let's get it.
Or sit here in abject horrification.
Oh, already.
How's that for vocabulary? guys?
Already off the bat, the last one was also done by A Cornet.
It was.
It's just Coronet. And it's not Cornet, but it's saying it's A Coronet instruction film.
Yeah.
Coronet was the one that did the last one, so apparently Coronet was a big-time instructional video
King
firm.
of instructional films.
Right. I don't know how they became king of instructional films because they're terrible at them.
I would just say don't do it. Anything they say, throw it out the window.
Right. Well, I won't say that necessarily. There are probably some things that, like, at least do make sense. We haven't found any yet, though.
So far, that theory is unfounded.
This also has very much old school Looney Tunes vibes.
It does. It does. That's why the opening scene of the last one reminded me of Snow White.
Right. Longest intro ever.
However, your committee will continue to investigate and hopes to present a definite recommendation at next month's meeting of the Civic Association.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Willett.
Donkey.
All right.
I've never been to any sort of thing like this.
City meeting type.
Any sort of like weird meetings like this. Like there's
Right.
PTAs. Never
Okay.
cared.
Right.
Like as long as you're teaching my kids what they need to know and they're doing well, I don't care.
Right.
City little meetings like this. Now, granted, I mean, I've lived in a bigger city. I live in Indianapolis. This was probably much more smaller townish type thing.
Well, I mean, I guess it's going to depend, because then you've got your zoning, too, within a city. You could
True.
school zone, for example, like you pointed out.
Donkey!
It looks boring as hell. And those folding chairs are so uncomfortable.
Right? Sir, I would like to move into recliners.
Yeah, right.
Fuck these chairs.
I need an ottoman, maybe,
I need The Rock to come in, grab one of those folding chairs, and start beating everybody with it.
spice things up.
Right?
I want to talk about,
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about Sorry.
Mr. Willis. I want to talk about, I think we need a playground here
Diabetes.
on the west side.
What's
We need it because we need a place for our boys and girls to play. A playground.
Mr. Willis has an important...
Mr. Willis sucks at speaking publicly.
I think that's where this is going.
Well, they need to change the definition of this video, or the title of it at least. Build your vocabulary. No, it's not about building your vocabulary. It's building your ability to fucking speak in public without stumbling over yourself.
Or circular logic.
Right?
We need a playground for our kids because our kids need a place to play. Thank you for that.
We need a place for
That was
future
Or to
child
keep them out of
abductors to
fucking
take
trouble.
these kids.
Right. So that Mrs. Nora's mom can take photos of our kids when we're not watching.
Right.
Because we're making that video in 2 years. We're going to need it by then.
Yeah.
No.
idea to express, but he lacks the vocabulary to express it.
No.
Finding the exact words to
confidence.
fit your ideas is one of the first steps in building your vocabulary.
That does not look like the face of a man that doesn't know how to talk in public.
Look, it's less about the words, though. He doesn't know how to have the confidence to speak his ideas.
Right.
Because he could use very simple words.
I think he could use some alcohol.
I think I could use some alcohol. You seen what we're watching?
Liquid courage.
Smoking a pancake?
Bong and a blitz.
People can be interested in new ideas when those ideas are expressed in well-selected words.
Would you like to partake in this ass rapage?
I don't know. Maybe if you switch the word to pillaging.
Pillaging thy anus?
Yes. It sounds so much more medieval sexy. You know?
It's the definition of getting medieval on that ass. Bow.
Interested in new ideas when those ideas are expressed in well-selected words.
I think the narrator
This
needs to
use
take
of
his own advice. I'm falling asleep.
Right?
Well-selected words. This use of exact words to communicate your ideas applies to written words as much as to spoken words.
Hi, Dad. Would you be interested in... Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
Something go wrong at the meeting?
Yes. I sort of made a...
Boo-boo.
What's on your mind, son?
I thought...
So apparently he just has no words for anything.
The motherfucker might have Alzheimer's.
Something.
Like, he just
Little
forgot
something,
mid-sentence what
something.
the fuck he was talking about. Yeah, something happened. How'd your day
What's
go?
on your mind?
How'd your day go?
Yeah, wow.
The bad thing is, if this video would have been done, what, 20, 30 years earlier than what it already was? I mean, I don't think there were videos back then that far.
No. No?
I'm not sure. But he would have been certified as institutional, like able to be institutionalized because of his inability to speak. They'd have thought he was a little not all there.
Lobotomized?
No, institutionalized.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, he seems like maybe an escapee
Maybe.
at this point. Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Maybe there's like a
Is
dark,
there
a dark past of like murder.
or a severe workplace accident? You know, railroad spike through the skull. Just wondering.
I sort of made a...
Made
What's on
a-
your mind, son?
I thought you might like to read my term paper before
He
I
can't
hand it
even
in
talk.
tomorrow.
What makes you think he can read?
Yes, of course. Our public parks, monuments, or playgrounds. Huh?
That is some of the worst acting I've seen him.
Maybe
Wow.
he should have read that before he went to the meeting too.
You said,
Also,
huh? Like, get out of my head? It's like a conversation you and I would have.
he almost looks scared to pick up the paper to read it. Like, I'm wondering if he doesn't have some sort of severe dyslexia or
Fear of letters.
words. Do words. I don't know. No?
What would that even be called? Alphabetophobia? Alphaphobia? I don't fucking know.
I have no
It's
idea.
probably like bibliophobia. I mean, that'd be a fear of books.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Monuments or playgrounds. Huh? Much of the juvenile delinquency in our community can be traced to our lack of public playgrounds and our lack of a planned recreational program.
And a lack of our parents being able to read out loud.
Why do I feel like you just said program instead of program?
I don't know. He's struggling reading out loud, though.
He
He's
struggles
like that kid
speaking.
in class. He's like that kid in class that we all had.
Hey, reading out loud in class sucked.
To somebody was
Mostly
like,
because it put you on the spotlight.
I heard the man.
Right. I was like 4 pages past at that point, and the teacher was like, Kat, you're next. And I was like, no clue where we are.
I've been reading.
I can tell you what happened. You want a synopsis? No.
Public playgrounds and our lack of a planned recreational program. We are not without our public parks, but they are landscape monuments rather than playgrounds planned for the direction of youthful energy into character-building channels. Why, Pete, you express your ideas very well, but this isn't the way you talk, is it?
Well, that depends. But you see, this is a term paper.
Dude, okay, it's got to be an illness running in the family.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's a term paper, okay? He knows how his kid speaks normally, so why would he ask? And also, did he not have to do English papers of his own? I'm not understanding his...
I'm struggling overall with this whole fucking thing right now because you can tell they're trying to remember lines instead of feeling like it's a natural, organic conversation.
Right. I mean, I'll give it to her, even though the mom in the last one was a serious, like, voyeuristic creep. At least it was way more natural than this. I mean, creepy came to her just great. This is
like painful.
terrible. This is terrible. Well, and look, I am not trying to make fun of dyslexia or learning to see. He's
I
just
have dyslexia.
aggravating. Yeah, my dad has it. I mean, I hate being put in the spotlight. I'm not the best public speaker, but like, we're forcing ourselves to watch this.
Right.
And it hurts.
Right.
We love you. We're doing
Right.
this for you.
Right.
Well, that depends. But you see, this is a term paper, and
This is a
well,
term
as I
paper.
understand it, when you're talking or writing, you use words that fit the occasion.
But here, the words you use, they sound good, and they seem to be the right words to say what you mean.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a better vocabulary after this.
My vocabulary is just fine for this. It just includes a lot of curse words. And give me alcohol. Like, yeah.
Blame it on the.
Please blame it on alcohol. Like, I need him to pull out a fit or some
Pull
shit.
out.
I need him to be pulled out.
We can't have another retarded kid.
Another.
Although I can't say much because the kid seems smarter than Dad right now.
Yes, he does. Much more.
Somebody somewhere is going to be like, you said retarded. You're right.
Mentally retarded, as in Webster definition of the word retarded. Not like, you're fucking retarded. No.
Oh.
Right words to say what you mean.
When my ex-wife was pregnant with our daughter, we went to the doctors, and they told her that there was like fluid on the brain or something like that, and she might have came out, that she had a good possibility of coming out mentally retarded, which of course freaked my ex-wife out. I tell one of my best friends, Wes, he laughs. So then a couple weeks later, he's like, dude, you are so lucky. And I'm like, why is that? He's like, dude, I came this close when I was in a store, because me and Brandy, which was his wife at the time, he was like, me and Brandy were looking for a gift for your daughter. I came this close to getting her a little pink helmet. I was like, this is why we're friends, because that is some funny shit.
Right. Right. Thanks for looking out for her, man. That would be... Sorry.
That's almost one of those things where it's like, dude, it's funny. I want to smack the shit out you.
But it's funny.
But it's funny,
Yeah,
so I can't even be
yeah.
mad.
Well, And
to answer y'all's question, she's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Crazy, but fine.
Not due to fluid on the brain.
No.
Something else, possibly.
My parenting.
Influence.
That too.
That too.
Well, that's what
Where'd you learn all those words?
Oh no.
Not for me. Not for me, Eden.
I don't want none of your bullshit today. Oh, I thought we were going to be done. I can skip this one.
Well, you see, I keep a vocabulary notebook. It's a good way to learn new words to increase your vocabulary,
Oh.
so you can express your ideas better. Whenever I come across a new word, reading or listening to someone, I write it down. Later, I put it in this notebook.
I'm horrified.
Was this him when he was a teenager?
Well, look, I like the word a day kind of calendar type things, or
Those are cool.
crosswords, or
You know, opening a dictionary.
yeah, thesaurus once in a while, reading.
Crossword puzzles. Amazing way to build
Yeah.
vocabulary.
But I mean, looking up the words in a book, like if you run across one that you just absolutely do not know, stuff like that, sure. But keeping a notebook? I mean, look, maybe it works for some, but it seems awful studious for just...
Nobody's that studious anymore.
I'm guessing that there's like 1% out there that still do stuff like this. Look, I like words. I'm not saying anything like... I enjoy reading and writing poetry and shit like that. I like, but that is just... I'm not willing to put that kind of effort into just about anything. Ever.
See, I love words. Loved the study of them. Etymology is amazing. My first word was actually dromedary.
Mine was dirty olies, but you know. What can I say? I like ravioli.
Let's see.
Right?
I write down the pronunciation and the definitions of each word,
That's
and then some synonyms.
Some really good handwriting.
literally.
But then, of course, I try using the word. Using
What
the
the
word correctly a
dictionary's
few
for.
times is what...
Huh?
I said that is literally what a dictionary is for.
Right.
I mean, if he wanted to make it all personalized and shit, he could have just
Highlighted words.
Yeah.
Use sticky
cut
notes.
them out. Something.
Ooh, cut them out. That'd completely nullify the other side of the page.
I know. But that seems pretty pointless too. And honestly, don't do that to your books. That's book abuse.
Book abuse.
It is.
Should be punishable by death.
Should be.
Don't tell Sophie that.
I do. Constantly.
But then, of course, I try using the word. Using the word correctly a few times is what really fixes it in your vocabulary. And a good working vocabulary helps you to be more explicit.
Well, you certainly surprise me with your vocabulary.
Oh my god, the dude sounds like Mr. Magoo.
He does. You certainly surprised me with your
The way he said that at
vocabulary.
the end, he's like, you certainly do. And I'm just picturing in my head Mr. Magoo walking, not being able to see a fucking thing.
Well.
That's it.
Well, you certainly...
He looks like him too. See how he's squinting when he's talking?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, y'all missed an
That's-
opportunity for the, movie, the live action movie done in the fucking 40s.
Great.
surprise me with your vocabulary. Yes, indeed. Be
Yes,
more
indeed.
explicit.
I can be more explicit.
I swear to God, I thought we were going to go to the study hall, or the hall, and he was going to be speaking very precisely and intelligently and using big words that not even everyone else knows now. That's also can be a bad thing, by the way.
Yeah, it can.
You don't want to
People
talk
think you're a
above your
snob.
audience, because if you talk above your audience, people are just going to look at you and be like,
Yeah.
get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, they think you're a snob.
Right.
Plus, they don't understand you, so it defeats the purpose anyway. Because again, you're not expressing what you need to that group. Yeah. It's
Right.
kind of a chameleon-like thing, isn't it? No, but the end part there, he's still sitting in front of his kid, and he's like, yes, indeed. You know, he needs, like, the little... Or, you know,
His cat.
a naked cat to pet. And I'm not stripping down for this video. They're not exciting enough.
So Mr. Willis began a vocabulary notebook in a business-like way. First, he
In a
considered the
business-like
context in which the word was used.
Now, where did I...
Shout out to the quill pen. You don't see those anymore.
No. And cursive.
Right. I don't understand why they took away people writing in cursive.
I still write in cursive.
I can't. It's been so long since I've written any fucking thing. I type everything, but
I still write in cursive.
there are a couple letters I don't remember.
Comes much faster to me than...
Giggity.
The context in which the word
Actually, it
was
looks
used.
quite a bit like that.
Now, where did I hear that? From Mary. She was talking about redecorating this room.
Did he have oh God, oh God, oh God written down?
Obviously not. It's 1948.
Oh.
He never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
That was swell. Nicely done. That'll do it.
That'll do, donkey.
That'll do.
Dear, I think we ought to put a valance over the window. It would make it more dramatic. Don't you think a valance would be...
It will make the window more dramatic. You don't know what a valance is?
I don't know why she's talking like that.
Yeah. Me
She
neither.
could have just been like, it'll look cool. It's got to be more dramatic.
It needs a flair. I don't know. I mean, she's got a dramatic flair thing going.
I think those are hemorrhoids.
It looks like a necktie.
It's a scarf.
Tied like a necktie. Like, maybe a noose.
valance over the window? It would make it more dramatic. Don't you think a valance would be effective?
And she said it twice in one
Valance
sentence,
must
like
be
3
some
times.
kind of decoration. But do I have to bother with all these special words? Maybe I'd
Not
better.
really.
I certainly want to have a say in how the house is decorated.
Well, that's different. I want to have a say in how the house is decorated.
Did you just look at your wife and be like, no, it looks fucking stupid?
I don't need the window to be more dramatic. I've already got you.
Ha Zinga.
And balances are...
See, we actually have a very similar taste in design,
Yeah.
so it's not an issue.
I would
for
never
us.
put up a balance.
Valance don't bother me. My mom's had a few. But both her and I prefer like blackout curtains,
Yeah.
like what's back there, because we don't
Well,
want light.
some people put the valance over the curtains in case the curtains are open.
My mom always put them in the
blah,
middle,
blah. Well,
behind it. So if they were open, you still had the short curtains there. It
Right,
was a
but-
style thing.
I mean, if they're just a straight balance, I don't mind them as much. But when they start getting
Frilly.
frilly and with ruffles and no.
Laugh! No.
Maybe I'd better. I certainly want to have a say in how the house is decorated. Ah. Valance.
Valance.
Short curtain as the valance over the top of a window. The valance would look good up there. Maybe this will help me understand what Mary's talking
like a
about.
2-second glance. Oh, it'll look great.
Valance had only a single meaning. Other words, like vacillate, have many meanings.
Is vacillate whenever you take Vaseline, you rub it on your hands or, you know, your penis right before you put it in your butt?
Yes, absolutely.
Vacillate's a legit word. I don't know what it means.
To switch between two, normally, like you're.
So, like, if you're a
vacillating
switch
between
hitter,
two
you're
ideas.
vacillating between your hands.
Correct. That would be correct.
Yeah.
But he said it has more than one meaning. That's the one that I'm aware of, at least.
The only way to tell which meaning is intended is from the
in
context in
context.
which it is used.
Synonyms: fluctuate, waver, oscillate, Wait a minute. Too many words
Honestly,
mean nearly the same
too
thing,
many words.
but still they're different. Nobody.
Okay.
I feel like teenage kids I went to school with thought like this.
Right.
Man, there's too many words that sound the same. This is stupid.
Right. I feel like that's like elementary school, junior high. Honestly, though, the only difference between the two definitions that they gave is one is like a physical movement of swaying, staggering, blah, 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 and the other is the mental state of.
Swaying back
Yeah,
and forth.
yeah, it's just a fucking list of synonyms, y'all. That's it,
Synonym splicing. And minimizing.
right?
Sorry.
Mean
That is
nearly
funny,
the same
but without
thing,
context.
but still they're different. Nobody can learn all those words. I'm going to bed.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna be stupid for the rest of my life. I don't care anymore.
No.
But next
Nobody can
morning, Mr.
learn
Willis
all
found he
10
couldn't escape
words.
unfamiliar words when his wife called.
Oh, John,
Yes, dear.
He didn't know that
will you
word.
stop at the library and get me that anthology of plays?
All
If this dude doesn't know what an anthology is, I'm done.
Oh, I thought he just didn't get the word John. He's like, but my name's Barry. And look, how did this suddenly come to light? Like, this guy is obviously middle-aged. And he's like,
Wait,
the
no.
next morning
He's
he
at
found that he...
least maybe early 50s.
Well, yeah, so he's like, next morning he found he could not escape unfamiliar words. It's like, how has this just come to light?
Nod your head and just do go along with it. Just now the thing is though, you need to ask her what anthology of plays because
Right.
like that's
There's a lot.
I mean,
Like
do you want Shakespeare?
Shut up. Go ahead.
That's where I was stopping.
Right.
I don't know anybody else that did play. My knowledge stops at Shakespeare.
All right, we'll keep going anyway.
right, dear. Anthology. Why does everybody in this family use these fancy words?
Oh, honey.
These aren't fancy.
In the morning newspaper, he found words that looked familiar enough, yet
dear
when he
God, he
studied
doesn't know
them,
what an
their
ultimatum
meanings
is.
weren't explicit.
He didn't know what explicit
Even in
meant?
his work, he began to be aware that he used
Explicit was
words
the
that he
first
could
one
not
on his
define.
list.
Hold on. Okay, this
How
dude's
has he made it through life?
mid
Is he having-
40s, late
He's
50s.
having a midlife crisis. He's having an existential crisis
We're on the
right
same
here.
wavelength again.
Fuck. Sorry.
Because I was just saying he's mid 40s, early 50s, somewhere in that
Right.
line, and you're telling me he's just now being like, "Fuck, I'm stupid." I don't know. I don't understand anything I've ever done
He
in life.
is just coming to this realization. This is well, impressive. Like, in the worst possible way impressive, but all right.
Even in his work, he began to be aware that he used words that he could not define precisely.
That it is not feasible to allocate necessary production facilities. Feasible. Allocate.
Oh.
He looked very mad.
Well, I mean, I can understand that this would be frustrating, but seriously, I'm very hard pressed to understand why. Look, if
I'm
they had
having a
made
hard
his
time
son,
feasibly allocating brain cells right now.
yes, if
She
they
is
had made, it's killing brain cells. It's dropping my IQ drastically, is what it's doing. But if they had made his son the person that was building his vocabulary, see, it's killing it. It would be a shit ton more feasible than him.
Maybe he forgets words as hair falls out.
Maybe he really is suffering from like some form of dementia.
That is also possible.
Because wouldn't you think that his wife and his son would have been like,
why is she showing
dude,
up at his work
dumb.
too? Like,
is that his wife or his secretary? Is that
it
his
could be the
wife?
same person.
It's not a witch. It's his wife.
Actually, that looks like the lady from
It
the
does.
first.
Is she sneaking out? She was a hoe. She was a self-admitted hoe.
She was.
No, that was from Princess Bride, though. I'm not a
Excuse
witch.
me,
I'm
Mr.
your
Willis.
wife.
There's a gentleman here from the ABC Printing Company. He wants to discuss their new electric...
I don't know what ABC stands for. I'm done with all you fucking
All
people.
them words. Quit bringing it up to my face.
Stop making fun of me.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
It's not my fault.
Mr. Willis, there's a gentleman here from the ABC Printing Company. He wants to discuss their new electrotyping process with variable type fonts. I'll tell him you're busy to come back later.
What is he
What is
doing
he
to
staring
her?
at?
I mean, obviously
I
he
think
just
they-
freaked her the fuck out.
I now feel like we're about to go into a sexual harassment video.
Either that
He's
or
definitely looking
she's
at her
not
ass
going
right
to
now.
show up tomorrow morning.
She's gonna walk in and be like, I'm sorry, sir, you have to come back. He looks like he just killed a man.
Right? He's having an aneurysm. His brain is imploding from all the stress of figuring out the words. The bird, bird, bird. Sorry.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird's the bird.
Feasible. Ultimatum.
Electrotyping.
Allocate.
Anthology.
Feasible. Ultimatum.
Electrotyping.
I hate it when the voices in my head start arguing.
I'll get you, you fucking words.
If he starts smashing the side of his face. I said him, not you. Although, it's probably less than this video hurts.
Allocate.
Anthology.
Feasible. Allocate.
Electrotyping.
Feasible.
Anthology.
Allocate. Feasible.
Is he gonna cry?
Makes me. I fucking
You're gonna
hope not.
cry.
I fucking hope not. It makes me feel like everybody else raised their vocabulary around him and was like, all right, all of us are gonna start using big words
Right.
around him.
Well, that would be a jackass thing to do, and I highly approve.
Allocate. Feasible.
Explicit. You know, Dad. Explicit.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa! No,
Whoa, your son should not be
in your head.
speaking explicit to you in such a sultry manner.
Explicit, Dad. You got this.
You know what that means.
You know what it is.
A good working vocabulary helps you to be more explicit.
Well, I guess I need this. Anthology.
If I was just thinking, I'm gonna have to wait for this ad to get through. How in the hell is he going to be able to spell these words if he doesn't even know what they mean? Like, how is he
a
going
very good point.
to find them?
Well, I mean, obviously that is a hitch in this whole thing. He would not have been able to spell them correctly.
Mm-mm.
And he did. So. You pointed out the flaw in the code.
Well, I guess I need this. Anthology.
guess.
An anthology of modern plays. This is the book Mary wanted. Oh, so that's what an anthology is.
A-ho?
Ahoy, me booties.
Oh, he said a hole.
Aho.
Well, I thought he said ho. But he said a hole.
Oh.
As in, like, the whole. As in the anthology, the whole. Although my problem is, what were the modern plays?
In 48? Jesus, I don't know.
Because everything I know of from plays comes from, like, Shakespearean days. So, well, I
but
guess
mean,
Cats.
there's
Cats would be
musicals
modern.
and stuff. So yeah, there's Andrew Lloyd Webber. There's Jesus. Now that I'm in the spot on this, I don't fucking remember. But modern plays, like, she didn't specify that, did she? She just said anthology of plays.
Yeah.
You got lucky. She had it on
Lucky.
reserve.
Probably.
An anthology of modern plays. This is the book Mary wanted. Oh, so that's what an anthology is.
But
A
you were
collection.
right, uh-huh.
Now, what else came of my trip to the library?
Each of us has certain interests which we need to share with others.
I thought he was going to
If
hold
we
up,
know
like,
the special
Playboy or
vocabulary,
some
we will
shit.
understand what people are talking about.
Okay.
About.
And already I hate this idea
Already?
of, like the book, the Guide to Interior Design. Interior design is 100% subjective.
Right.
Like,
I mean, like, you can get ideas, pointers on how to do it, how to put pieces together, you know? Some people have sort of a idea in their mind, but don't know, like, how to formalize it. I don't know, but...
well, it's like there used to be, what was it, those TV shows. They were on, like, Home and Garden or some shit like that. It'd be like, Queer Eyes for the Straight Guy.
Okay, alright.
And, like, you'd have these two gay dudes come in and be like, oh, no, this is terrible. And, like, in my mind, like, when I see the before and after, I definitely liked the way it looked before you threw flowers and shit in his fucking home.
Again, that part is subjective. I get why some people like to look at the books, though, for the reasons that I listed before. I mean, there is something to be said for seeing how other people have put it together, getting ideas,
Right.
stuff like that. But, yeah, you don't need to change what you like based on somebody else's opinion.
Like, I would love
Unless
a
it's
suit of
your
armor
partner.
in every room in the house. A lot of people would find that tacky. Like, I don't care what they find it like. I think it'd be cool.
Okay.
Had to be really dark medieval armor, though.
Right.
Like Sauron
black.
type armor.
Yeah. Yeah. I like katanas more, though. I mean, you can have the suit of armor. Can they hold katanas?
Mhm.
Okay. So we're not going to be historically accurate at all. But
Nope. We're
that's
going to have
fine.
ninjas wielding great axes.
Okay. All right. That's cool with me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If we know the special vocabulary, we will understand what people are talking about.
So
And other
he's
people
gonna
will
read-
understand us. This book will help
He's
Mr.
gonna read
Willis have
about
a say
table
in the
settings.
decoration of his home.
Baby, I want the fork
This book
placed
on the
over
fundamentals
there.
of printing will help him in the conduct of his business.
Oh, God.
If this
He's
is your
gonna-
business, you should have known this shit already.
Right. How did you get your position or build your own business based on this clientele if you don't know the base principles of the operate? Look, even say it's just he's like a marketing firm or something like that, and it's just one client coming in that's a printmaker, and he just needs to know how to talk to this one client one time.
Right.
Reading an entire book on the fundamentals of printmaking, that would be dry as fuck. Probably unnecessary too. He should just look up the words as he needs them.
Right.
Then again,
Books on special
it's
interest
not like you could
subjects
search it.
help us build the vocabulary we need to talk the language of others.
And that's not the only language I'm going to talk. At the next meeting of
That
the
sounded like a
Civic
really dirty promise right there.
Exactly.
That's
He's gonna
not
be
the
like,
only
at the next meeting, I'm going
language
to
I'm
stand
gonna
up and be
talk.
like, we need some fucking playgrounds.
Right. I'd almost
So I
rather
can watch
he
a
has
woman
Tourette's
slide
than
down
him.
that slide with her shirt off, titties waving in the
I
air.
thought he was gonna talk to his wife, like learn something.
Sweetheart, can we please practice in fellatio?
Well, I mean, he does want to help decorate the house. You know? I mean, tie me up, tie me down.
Right?
Silk and satin.
Can't be tied up. Or can't be tied down with a girl that wants me tied up.
That's tragic.
It's a Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's still tragic.
Only language I'm going to talk. At the next
See,
meeting
he
of the
looks
Civic
very-
Association, I'm going to sell my idea, or my name isn't Willis.
I don't think your name's actually Willis.
Here's the problem, though. His ideas for the playground weren't necessarily the play equipment based anyway. His ideas were on juvenile delinquency. That's why he was so interested in his kids' thesis paper. So instead of reading about the modern playground, shouldn't he be reading about like juvenile delinquency rates and how childhood play and having adequate things to do once they get home,
These people should have
like stats and
hired new writers.
completely. Ow.
I watched that happen, and that looked really painful.
It really was. Yeah.
In case you make it feel better.
Yeah. This is actually more painful.
The chair recognizes Mr. Willis.
Nobody wants to hear him talk.
Hold on. If the chair's recognizing thing, you guys are on way too much LSD.
What else were they gonna do?
I'm just saying, chairs
that
shouldn't be
look.
doing anything besides sitting there holding someone's ass.
But that look when he was like, Mr. Willis. Oh, bother.
Got that, what the fuck, Eeyore
Mhm.
complex going.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Willis.
Not that it matters anyway.
The chair
See?
recognizes Mr. Willis.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen,
Of the court. I am honored to be
for many
standing-
years now,
Oh, shit.
If he'd have just said, I find the defendant guilty, and sat back down.
Dun dun. You've been reading the wrong stuff, Willis. That's an awful
And then they're
shame,
like, sir,
man.
what are you talking about? You raped her! Sir! The damn,
That's a felonious crime.
damn Agatha Christie type crime novels. Agatha. The fuck is Agatha? Whatever.
Right. Poirot.
gentlemen, for many years now, our city council has wavered between a policy of no parks and beautiful but useless parks.
I feel like we're buffering. Like
are.
we should have this circle going on
My
in the middle
brain
of the
is
screen.
buffering.
Oh, he still is not good. He needs a public speaking course.
I mean his wordage, his vocab is better. But yeah, he needs a couple courses, obviously.
The time has come to
You
present the
speak
council
English.
with an ultimatum. An ultimatum demanding for the West Side
Yes, people can be interested in
That
new
is
ideas
he's
when those
interested in
ideas are
Willis
expressed
now.
clearly and effectively. Increased knowledge of words has enabled Mr. Willis to think through his ideas more logically and to present them more effectively to an appreciative audience.
He's like, I wrote that for my dad. Yep. That was me.
That's his thesis paper word for word. Yeah. That's the only thing he
We
needed
will show
to
them
read.
that it is feasible, that the city budget is nothing more or less than a plan for spending our money,
That's what that
a
checklist
plan
was.
which can and must be
He's gone
adapted
through
to
and
meet
in
our
his
needs.
speech has used all his new
Words that we choose carefully to say what we mean, choose for the audience.
I want him to accidentally throw an incorrect use of the word flaccid in the middle of his sentence.
Yeah. Felicia. Something.
Words that we choose carefully to say what we mean, choose for the audience and the occasion, help us gain support for our ideas. And not only in speaking. Effective use of words helps us think and write more forcefully and with more interest when we prepare term papers and other school assignments.
Because that's what life is made of.
Command of words
Right.
helps us contribute to debates and discussions. We communicate more quickly and more effectively. Being
No. We done proved whenever you gain more words through
You do
increasing your
not
vocabulary, it does
Do it more
not
quickly.
allow you to talk more, speedily. Like, dude was still struggling.
Yeah.
4
Oh my God, can you imagine how long that speech would have taken?
Oh, dear God. I'd have shot him.
Assassination.
That's probably what Booth was thinking. He was probably like, look,
No.
dude, I'm not going to be in one more of these fucking speeches.
Is that too soon?
The bad thing is there will be maybe one person, maybe 2 people that'll be like, I don't get it.
Oh. That's the way we like it.
discussions. We communicate more quickly and more effectively. Being skilled in the use of words aids us in selling ourselves when we look for jobs.
On that street corner,
Wow.
Willis will now have a night job. And he'll be effective at it.
Right.
That's what he was looking up those other words for when he got that devious grin.
He was like, I would like to make your anus exponentially wider.
Skilled in the use of words aids us in selling ourselves when we look for jobs. Whenever we're around people, a good vocabulary helps us say what we mean.
Looks like he's got Voltron on his shirt.
Fashion sense.
Dude, their shirts clash with each other.
Yeah, skirt, shirt, it's terrible.
So much flannel.
Just terrible.
I've got some flannel. I don't wear it much, though.
Whenever we're around people, a good vocabulary helps us say what we mean and understand what others mean.
No. A good vocabulary doesn't help me say what I mean. I have a much better job being like, look here, you fucking moron.
Correct.
Like...
if I get aggravated, I get tongue-tied. Like,
Actually,
I'll
the madder I
definitely-
am, the more clear and articulate I get.
I mean...
I become very demeaning, depending on the person.
Oh, I mean, that's... Depending on who it is, I suppose. But if I get frustrated, it's not that I get quiet or anything. It's just I'll find myself stumbling over my words. And it's not that I don't remember them. It's that I'm so mad, and I'm a slow talker.
Right.
I'm generally just mellow and laid back. That my stream of expletives can't keep up. My mouth can't keep up, and I stumble. But, yeah.
Pete has developed his skill in communication through words, just as Mr. Willis has, just as you can.
And he still can't talk a girl into giving him a date.
Is he from the next one?
No.
Probably.
I don't think so.
By being alert to words, by using words that say exactly what you mean,
Be alert
by
to words,
building
y'all.
your vocabulary.
To see that program carried out, then we can achieve our goal by going before the council and making our demands explicit.
And they still said no.
I think most people are just more excited that he finished.
They're like, dear God,
Woo!
thanks.
We've been here for 2 hours, dude. It was
Well-
a one-page report. What the fuck?
It was his thesis paper. How long do you think that shit was, man?
That was... We got 10 more minutes before our hour is up.
Well,
So we're going to do one more, except it's going to be like a commercial.
are we gonna do? Okay.
I mean, we might as well. That was build your vocabulary, y'all.
And it taught us absolutely jack all.
Which one of these weird commercials you want to cover that's only like a minute long?
Pick one. Anyone.
I don't know which one I want to make fun of. Oh, Folgers Coffee. There you
All
go.
right.
It doesn't say when the fucking commercial was, though. Oh, dear God. That was loud. And absolutely
As
unnecessary.
evidenced by me jumping.
Alright. So this is the Folgers coffee commercial from probably around the 40s or 50s, I would
It's
guess.
too bad it doesn't. I mean, it might say in the description. Mrs. Olson.
Why do I have
saves
sound
the
in only
show.
one side of my head?
I do.
Weird.
Me too.
Did you ever see Larry looking so happy?
He looks drunk.
He's drunk!
Larry's passed out.
Away from your coffee.
Larry.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
They took him on a trip with no coffee. And here I am drinking my pre-coffee coffee. Yeah. That was mean.
Oh, Mrs. Olson, he's always ranting about my coffee. But I guess it really...
Stop making shitty coffee! I wouldn't know, I don't drink coffee.
She burns it.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like battery acid you get from a gas station. I'll drink that shit if it's the only thing around.
Now, good coffee's no problem. All you need is a coffee with better flavor. Folgers. Folgers coffee? Yeah. Folgers is different.
Why is she Russian?
Is she supposed to be Russian? Mrs. Olson.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why she needs an accent, but she's obviously the voice of wisdom in this.
Right.
Coffee with better flavor. Folgers. Folgers.
Folgers.
Yeah. Folgers is
Yeah.
different. It's mountain grown coffee. Is mountain grown better? The richest kind. And Folgers blended special. Make some now. Okay.
Sounds like they
Oh, but
put
quiet
crack
the
in it
shutter
back
on.
then. It's cocaine.
Honey, this
How Coca-Cola got
coffee
started.
is great.
Want another cup?
You bet.
You bet.
Here's another cup of your coffee.
Oh, that was
Try
cheesy
Folgers.
as fuck.
The mount-
Oh, God.
I need more coffee to deal with this.
It's your coffee.
If you ever said that to me, I would smack you.
Happiness is your vagina.
Well, okay. I can see that.
Mountain grown coffee. Mountain grown for better flavor.
Oh, we didn't have a date. We don't know how old that commercial
Look
is.
at the description and the...
Just only like 35 people that liked this fucking video.
Well, it was painful. It was cringy.
I wonder if she always carries a package of coffee in her purse. That's a good point.
Yeah, make him chew it when they go on vacation. There is none.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
it. We probably got time for one more commercial.
I don't know if I have brain cells for one more. I mean, all of these have been so painful.
Television commercials. Tupperware commercial. Oh, old school cigarette commercials. Those aren't around anymore.
All right. Well, there's Newport or there was Lucky Strike up further. Newport tend to be menthol, don't they?
Yes. There's 2 cigarette. Lucky
Oh,
Strike cigarettes.
okay.
We're going to do Cheerios and V8 for breakfast.
That sounds disgusting.
Let's go with this Lucky Strike commercial.
Places all join hands, circle left.
Wow.
Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT.
I
Elementary
thought he was
corners like
going with
swinging on the
LSD.
gate. To right dear honey with the right left date.
They put a lot of money into their fucking cigarette
I
commercials.
thought he was
back
gonna
then.
go with LSD. And they're playing the. Do your ears hang low?
To the level to it, bro.
Can you tie him in a knot?
Can you tie him in a knot?
Can you throw him over your shoulder? Like a
President
continental
soldier.
soldier? Yeah.
But they're dancing. Like, they've put a lot of time into making this fucking commercial. And now,
In 1948.
these fucking commercials can't even be shown on TV.
Right. At all. Did you see, so, you know how Netflix now, or well, and Disney Plus and all, do the little warning sign and what it's for in the corner? There was one that was for the Cruella, the 101 Dalmatians live action that you showed me. And one of the warnings was for smoking.
Because she has her...
Right. But there's nothing about the fact that she's trying to murder puppies.
Right?
Like,
Right,
that's what the
smoking is
whole-
bad.
Yeah, that's what the whole fucking movie's about.
But puppy pelts
Yeah.
are fine.
She's trying to brain these dogs the entire... That is the premise of the movie.
Right.
LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. A right to you, honey, with a right and left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco.
This dude is terrible at doing
He's really...
square dance voice. The bad thing is he's probably popular
And
for it.
here we go. When no see no when.
Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All
They look like legs.
I think that's kind of what they were going for.
swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then
Whoa.
you'll see.
Whoa. Swing around with a little girl.
Whoa.
Don't do that.
Whoa. Now
Don't do
you're-
that.
now
That,
you're-
that is more than a little corner box warning.
Right.
More.
Now you're talking about child molestation, and we've got issues.
Right. I mean, obviously, still okay for Netflix. As long as you're not smoking. You know, or swearing. I mean, like, that's a problem.
And give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT.
Lucky Strike. What does MFT stand for? Motherfucking tasty?
My fucking titty.
I want that to be the slogan. Lucky Strikes, motherfucking tasty. Like, we can have a Samuel L. Jackson remake
Right.
of them.
This is motherfucking tasty.
Right?
We gotta get these motherfucking cigarettes in my motherfucking mouth.
Right?
Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky Strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time.
This would make me 100% avoid their specific brand of cigarettes.
It's doing a good job of that, honestly. Well, most of them are filterless.
True.
Right now for a Lucky Strike.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's smoking.
Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like. You just can't beat a Lucky Strike.
I feel
It's
like
toasted.
that was like at the strike from above.
Oh dear God.
Something up there was like, no! And lit him on fire.
Right. I think that's gonna do it.
Liar, liar. Butts on fire.
Yeah, there's our 57 minutes. I think we hit our mark.
Alright.
Yeah, so that was us making fun of shit.
Yeah, hopefully we will get something more like the Lucky Strike commercial. Or our first video.
I would say, this one wasn't
quite so
as
painful.
funny. We had some funny moments.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the first
It
one we were
wasn't
actually in tears.
It was not terrible, but yeah, this one wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it also wasn't quite as questionable as the first one.
I don't know, the dude was pretty stupid.
He was stupid, but what made the first video so great is that mom was fucking skeevy as fuck. There's some vocab for you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, check out the one from last week if you want something I personally believe was funnier.
Oh, God.
Over and above all. But I mean,
even watching the premiere, both of us were in tears again.
Right.
So.
But yeah. So, with that being said, we love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see depraved people later. Laugh!
Bye, guys.